YouTube family, what is up, everyone? The original Grown B is bringing y'all some kill confirmed on Hunted. Probably one of my best gameplays on Black Ops 3, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But I do want to do that thing where I say sorry that I haven't uploaded in a while, and then we just like see what happens after I say I'm gonna upload more. But shout out to the few subscribers that I've gotten over this period of time where I haven't been uploading, because basically that just means that y'all are going out and looking at old videos and just subscribing out of pure faith that I'm going to continue to provide the content that you enjoy. But as I've gotten a chance to really just play Black Ops 3 and get tired of Black Ops 3, like get exhausted by it, I realize now what are the most important things to me in terms of what I just flat out don't like. So I'm going to be talking about those things today. It's really only two. Well, it's really one, but it branches to two. And then I'm going to talk about a few other things that just flat out have just kind of irritated me a little bit, but not necessarily, I feel like, our impact to the life cycle of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Watch this. Y'all see that lag? I think I bring it back because I recorded this at a theater mode. Like, they just straight up lag me. And what's annoying about lag is if it's consistent, you know, then sometimes it's something that you can deal with. But if it's spotty, then you don't really know. It's almost like a jack in the box. Like, it's a surprise and you can't adjust quickly enough. And there's actually two moments like that in this game that really kind of change whether I would have gotten like 60 or 70 kills. So anyway, what I really wanted to discuss is how I've come to terms with the fact that they're not going to do a big overhaul on the specialist and rebalance them. But you know what? There's another really weird moment coming up here. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit before I fully jump into what I'm about to say. That doesn't look that bad until you really kind of slow it down. But it's moments like this, like I've gotten kills like that all throughout this game. I've gotten kills like that in previous games. You know, I've gotten kills like that with the dude 5 feet back. But when you slow this down, it's pretty clear that that these bullets go straight into this gentleman. And I mean, just straight into him. Like, I mean, there's nothing else that you can really say about that. I mean, to not even get a hit marker is just ridiculous. The second one's not as bad that I got coming up later, but it's just the fact that, you know, I got my streaks. Chances are I get this kill and continue my streaks on, and that would have been, you know, another set of probably Wraith, you know, Raps and Hater that I probably would have eventually got to later on. And it's just that type of stuff that's really, really annoying. Like I said, if it's lag all day, then I can adjust. I can anticipate that I may have to shoot people a little bit more, or I may have to move a little bit differently. But look at these kills. Look how far that guy was back, and that's usual. You know, when I'm shooting off both, I try not to shoot off both, but that's usual when I'm shooting off both. To be that close to that guy and not even get a hit marker, and it always seems to happen when you're on a decent streak. You know, it never happens when you're, you know, at the beginning of a game or whatever. And I think what's most annoying, what's most annoying about it is it's like individual games. Like I don't mind, like, if I'm if I'm lagging or shit's tripping out, I just want it to be consistent. You know, consistent game to game. Don't pick one game where, you know, my marshals work, or my Shiva works in 2 shots, or my Bressy's working in 2 shots, or my KRM, you know, is a 1-shot kill. Like, don't make it where 1 or 2 games are like that and then other games are not. Just consistency makes a massive difference. I think with that being said, I think I have the next clip coming up here where it just seems weird. Remember, I got a kill where that guy was at the bottom of that staircase there. I feel like that is about that distance. Now maybe I shouldn't have gotten the kill. Maybe that guy, you know, was shooting me a lot. I don't know. But to not even get a hit marker is just weird. So now I'm back on another streak, you know, and I'm just trying to keep things going. I think this is the point where I just flat out stop it and just slow it down, because it just doesn't seem, it's just weird. You know, I'm not gonna make a decision like this if I haven't gotten kills like this all game, or if I haven't gotten kills like that all in the previous game. So those are just things that bother me. I feel like consistency is a really big deal, and that will ultimately can determine if a game is playable for a year, or if somebody has to get something else and play it for the last half of the life cycle, you know? So back to what is I think that consistency thing kind of just ties into, well, it was kind of one of the topics I wanted to cover. So now I'll just be talking about something that really bothers me, and it is 6th Sense and Tracker. Those are 2 things that have consistently been the most annoying and the most exhausting things to have to deal with in this game. And here's why. Now obviously, you know, I could run 6th Sense, I could run Tracker, I could do whatever, and that's usually, you know, the kind of response you can get from some people, like, well, if you have so much trouble against it, or if you think it's so OP, then you use it. And it's not that. It's the fact that 6th Sense is pretty much a like a rush, like, executor. Like, if somebody's running 6th Sense, there's nothing you can do about it. And as a rusher, and I feel like rushing is an important aspect of the game. Now maybe you want to say, well, that's the point. We don't want anybody to be able to rush rush into my area. And you know what? That's fine. But at the same time, there has to be some type of counter for it, since it's free. And that's what bothers me the most. Since it's free, I get irritated by it, because I get, you know, 3 or 4 kills or 5 kills, depending on what game mode we're in, right? For a UAV that reveals the enemy location, that can be shot down instantly. Somebody could be running Ghost, and my UAV essentially is useless in that sense. But with 6th Sense, even if I put hardwired on, which I believe makes it where 6th Sense can't see me as good as a rusher, they still have plenty of time to figure out that I'm coming if there's a flank. So I mean, you can go as far as to say stuff like, you know, a lot of perks don't really have counters in that sense. But, like, let's say somebody puts on awareness. Like, I prestiged because I needed another token just to get dead silence, because people were using awareness and really fucking me over with awareness. So I really don't like it that, you know, I can put on awareness, or somebody can put on awareness. I mean, yeah, put on awareness, and then somebody can put on dead silence, and then awareness doesn't matter. But 6th Sense, like, it always gives you something, and it's for free. It's just straight up for free. So now I have to camp, or I have to move way back into the back of my spawn to try to stay away from certain areas, you know, because people are using 6 cents. I feel like that's just a cheap way to kind of just give someone something for free, because the rest of us who aren't running 6 cents are actually working for UAVs and whatnot. So that's my biggest issue as of now. I've already accepted that the supply drops suck. I accepted that specialists aren't going to change in the way that I would like. These guys really thought they were going to stay up there all day. But that's all I really had to talk about in regards to those perks. I kind of wish that I could have gotten some of the kills, because everything has to go perfectly right to have a game like this. If people leave or if people run or whatever, you don't get these type of games. So I was just excited for what I was able to do here, and I just hate wondering, oh man, what if this would have happened, or what if that would have happened. And that is why consistency when it comes to hit detection and connection are so important, because I don't get a whole lot of great gameplays on Hunted. I mean, sure, I can get streaks again, but they may be on a different map. Or, the whole team might back out as soon as I start, rolling in some of the streaks. So, I just hate to have to wonder, what might have happened if a few situations would have went the way they probably should have. Last thing I wanted to discuss real quick as the video comes to a close is how much more comfortable I'm able to play now that I have the marshals. I can actually use the Shiva a lot more, because now I don't have to worry about running into those close encounters and having to try and hip fire. It has really offered a spice and a jump start to the game that I've really been able to take advantage of and enjoy, and it actually propels me to play this game a little bit more. And that's just a nod to developers that making this type of thing more accessible is what's going to keep people on your game till November, not putting them in random drops that everybody has to spend all year on.